Your birthday price. Boy, birthdays and cake, this is like the funnest show I've ever done. It's available here at HSN. It's a customer pick, 4.7 out of 5 stars. So Deb, it looks like it goes up and down and changes size.
It does. So some days you want to carry cookies, some days you want to carry cupcakes, sometimes you want to carry pies. But what about the days that you've made that beautiful cake, like she'll inspire you to do?
Right.
What a great job she just did. Now it's not only about keeping it safe and moist and delicious, because no plastic wrap can do that.
Oh, no.
Other cakes are going to dry out.
Oh no, the plastic wrap sticks to the cake and ruins the decorations and everything that you just did.
So now you're getting that seal. It's going to keep your cake moist longer, but it also, see the locking hinges on the side, it's going to protect it so that when I'm carrying it to the church function, I'm taking it to the kids for school. So what happens with this? Let's take a tour.
Wait, can I do cupcakes in here?
Cupcakes in here.
Cupcakes, okay.
We can do shrimp cocktail in here. We can do crudité in here.
Oh,
see how
it
it's
flips
reversible.
over. Oh, okay.
So we're going to show you all of these, but just know this is the first time I've ever brought it in that vintage mint. I know so many of you have been collecting Tupperware over the last 50 years, and this color has not been available in the expandable cake.
By the way, I only have 900 of them, and the reason you may say that sounds like a lot, well, 22,000 of the Today's Special have sold, so it's very limited. Have you had this on air yet?
This is the only presentation on the entire day.
Okay.
So they knew you were going to sell it out. They knew that was going to happen. So here's what happens. You decide, am I going to do the cake side or do I want to do the divider side? For like, you know, even charcuterie can go in here. Do your relish trays on here. You place the lid on, and now, Helen, see how these little white sides, you press them down through the hole, then lower, watch this, lower those.
Oh, look, yeah,
and that just locks it. And now, I mean, I can be going through a torrential storm and when I'm protecting what's inside.
Which is very possible in Florida.
It is very possible. And then look, I want to be a cake, I can be a cake. If I want to be a pie, I can be a pie. So again, reversible, expandable, made with that iconic quality and name that you can trust.
Is this dishwasher safe?
Dishwasher safe. And again, lifetime warranty. Go to the Tupperware website. You'll be able to see the guarantee that goes with this. But this time, I mean, I love to bake 365 days out of the year. You know me, I'm a caterer. I'm someone who loves to cook.
Yes,
the most important thing is when you're going to go to all the trouble to make a beautiful cake. Like, she just inspired me. I can't wait to go and make a unicorn cake. I mean, I'm just excited. It's beautiful. But then you want to keep it fresh.
Yes.
You want to be able to transport it safely. Or
listen, I want to keep it in one piece.
In one piece,
How do you take a cake and is there somebody in your car that like, okay, put this on your lap and don't move?
Exactly.
I mean, I love that you have it. It even has a little handle.
It's got a fabulous handle. It's very strong. It's very durable. It has been a customer favorite for decades. And again, I love the retro color on it, but it can be, maybe you're buying this and you want to give it as a gift. Fill it with those lovely Italian cookies. You go to Mazzaro's, you buy the Italian cookies.
That's a little local store here in Florida.
And Helen, the most important part is those are very expensive. So how are you going to keep them fresh?
Right, exactly.
You know, and this is nice because now when the girls come over for bunko, not only did I keep the cookies fresh, but because it looks so beautiful on the tray, it makes an amazing presentation. So again, the innovation aspect of Tupperware is one of the things they like the most. It's not just the durability, it's not just the longevity of the company, it's not just that they do really good things, they are innovative. Like a pie. If you buy a pie at the grocery store, the box that it's in, just so you know, it's not going to keep it fresh. Okay? You might transport but it doesn't have a handle. It's not going to protect it. We are keeping our pie fresh. It's going to last longer. And when I get to where I'm going, I can even put this in the trunk and I'm not going to worry about how it transports. So it's about presentation. It's about transportation. It's about why they've been around for the almost 80 years.
80 years?
80 years. The very first piece of Tupperware came out in 1946. And since then, they say, when I was doing a search online, 100 billion pieces have been sold worldwide in 78 years. And with a lifetime warranty on that, there's only one reason we're still standing. And that's we're doing the right thing.
Doing the right thing.
And because now they have a woman CEO. No, I'm not. But
well, I was going to say they've always been a very pro-woman company. There's a lot of times where like, you know, like a mom. It was a great mom job.
It was an outstanding
It was a way to make a little extra money when you couldn't, like, you know, leave your kids and go to have a full-time job. And those days, although I left my daughter and got a full-time job, I'm just going to say I've always been a working mom.
In the 40s or 50s, the only choice you had really
was it was very different back then.
Either a diner or a factory.
Yeah.
There was no daycare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you didn't live near your family, your children were alone.
Right.
And so the woman
But the
who actually...
Tupperware party.
She started, her name was Brownie Weiss, and she was from Kissimmee, Florida. And when Earl first invented the airtight storage, what ended up happening is it wasn't selling in the stores. Nobody got it. So she would invite people over to her patio, and she would throw water in the containers all over the place and demonstrate the seal, demonstrate keeping your groceries safer longer. She was the first one to start multi-level marketing. She was the first one that, you know, gave women, she was one of the first female vice presidents of a company. She had a 10th grade education, but her main objective was to be a good mom. And I love the fact that they've been empowering families for almost 80 years now and making really good products.
And I love the kind of vintage nostalgia of everything Tupperware. And this mint green that this comes in is one of those true vintage, original OG colors. So even just seeing this is probably going to bring back memories. $39.95. I mean, honestly, if you're baking a cake as a gift and, you know, bringing it over to somebody's house, this is going to be, you know, making sure, how do you get it? How do you transport a cake? Even if you're leaving it, you know, you're leaving it on the shelf. I know my husband and I were empty nesters. When I make a cake, it honestly, we end up throwing the rest away, I have to be honest, rather than having the two of us eat an entire cake. And I'm pretty good at eating cake too.
You're so cute.
Definitely, I'm not shy when it comes to eating cake.
But it's going to protect the integrity of what you, and groceries are so high. Like a cake like this could be easily $100 nowadays. I mean, you know, when you spend that kind of money, you want to keep it as fresh as you can.
Right. Even if you get a store-bought cake, you want to keep it nice.
And you want it to transport safely. You don't want to mess. You can't put plastic wrap on it. And there are cake domes that you could buy in your house, but they don't have the carrier.
Do you know, a lot of people do like outdoor little birthday parties, and guess what happens when you bring the cake? The flies. The bugs. You want to keep it nice until, okay, all the kids are out, now we're going to have the cake. You open it up, they eat it so fast. That doesn't, you know, you want to protect it in a picnic situation.
Exactly. And you know, I do those gourmet picnic parties, and a lot of times we'll take these and I'll do the shrimp cocktail and the crudité on these actual trays. Because easy to stack, even see how the handle sets flush, so I could have several of them in the car stacked on top of one another. Again, people eat with their eyes, but it's versatile. It's practical. I mean, look at that. The one side is for the flat side, which it even has margins. If we can take the lid off that one in front of you, it even has a guide for how to cut your cake.
Okay,
I mean, so just pull the little white toggles up.
Okay.
And they push up from the bottom. There you go. And look at that. Can you see the guides on there? So
okay. Let me see if I can do that angle where you see these guides. Can you see it?
So if you have a cheesecake that you're bringing somewhere, if you're having your cake, it actually has the guides on it, so it can show you what would make the perfect 8-piece cake. You know, and then flipping it over.
Yep.
Now you can use it to put shrimp cocktail on it, do your fruit presentation. You can transport your vegetables in it.
Right. Even if you're doing like a high tea, you could do like little sandwiches, little scones, and just kind of like, this is the tea, and, you know, bring it out. 4.7 out of 5 stars. You already love it. It's already a customer pick, and it hasn't even been on air yet. You made it a customer pick and got it just from being on hsn.com. And by the way, before the show, Deb, I saw that people were already buying it all day long, like without even being on air. So this is a birthday price. It's a huge customer pick, $7.99 to get home, and you will use this so much. You know, whether you know, any kind of bread, by the way.
Exactly.
You know, even if you make your homemade bread, or, because homemade bread doesn't have preservatives.
Exactly.
Like the bread in the stores do. Or if you live someplace like Florida or New York City where you're worried about bugs, it's nice to keep all your food away from the little critters to make sure that you don't attract them. And this is like great to have like on the counter. Like
it is.
To you know, whatever, like fresh rolls.
Exactly.
Like maybe you make some fresh rolls. You want to keep them fresh.
Muffins. I mean, again,
brunch.
You can have something like that on your counter already, but the fact that you can now transport it because of the locking sides and because of the handle. I love that it's expandable. I just love it, period. It's beautiful.
By the way, I love that you popped into my show to do this because you've had a busy day, my friend.
I would do anything for you. I love you, Helen.
Would you do one more thing?
Yes.
Will you mention the Today Special one more time?
Okay.
We're going to give them another peek at it. We're going to give you the item number, and we have exclusive colors, and it's the vintage colors, too. You have some vintage ones, and I'm not sure which ones are left. You can go to hsn.com, but I know we had yellow, blue,